Oh, it looks like it is. I don't know if this is working. Oh, it looks like it is. Okay, so I am streaming off my laptop. That's great. My laptop is trying to slide because I'm on my bed. Whoops. I was trying to sit up a little bit. Okay. So I'm just gonna real quick share the fact that I'm streaming over on things. So, hello everyone. Zach Moore, Blue Spider 107 here, streaming from the laptop at 10:18 p.m. We're playing a demo for a game called Evandor, which is alright. It's supposed to be, like, if I recall correctly, a visual novel where you basically look for love. Well, that's like the shortest description I could give it, but it's honestly supposed to be more. Either way, though, I promised to beta test the first chapter here, and the creator allowed me to stream it, so we're going to stream the first chapter, and hopefully that, we'll very much enjoy the game. We'll see. So first I'm just going to quickly share it to some friends if they want to check it out too. I also messaged the creator to let them know that I'm streaming this. Trevor was probably going to be texting me at some point because he's just getting out of work now. Alright, so to talk about the game real quick, very first thing I want to mention, I love this menu music. I really do. It's nice and simple, and it's just great. It's good to listen to. I could just listen to this on repeat and fall asleep. That'd be cool. So cool thing though about being on Twitch and OBS at the same time is that now there's apparently no chat bar there. Trevor's asked me to have Mom check her phone. Mom, did you check your phone? Yeah, Trevor's apparently asking me if you checked your phone. Anyways. Enough standing around. Let's get to it. Okay. So first off, we start with this character saying, "Hello, little one." I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Maybe they'll establish it later, but like, what's up with the diamond there on the chest? That confuses me a bit. Okay. So, this is just the, yeah, the trigger warning. Got it. So, yeah, it talks about sensitive topics, which there shouldn't be much of in the first chapter, is what I was told. Some of these topics will be core to the plot, therefore unavoidable. Got it. So if you don't feel like you can handle it, play this game with someone else or keep away from it. I am actually working on a game myself. I didn't want to get into too many specific details at the moment, because I'm still working on it. But there is a trigger warning at the beginning of that, too. I'm going to let you guys know. All characters and events are only fictional. Any similarities to real or already existing fictional people or events are purely coincidental. I don't know why I stumbled over that. And before you go... Okay, character has no specific gender, but still they need a name. Okay. I would normally go by myself, but I think I'm going to go by this name. Talgabri. Now, the reason why I'm going by that is because currently in Discord, on a specific server that I'm in, we're doing a little monthly activity where I've been writing a story, basically, and the people in the server get to vote on what happens with certain events, which is also supposed to likely to possible romance with characters for the main character. And the main character is a non-binary knight who has been summoned to another world, and they've been given the ability to, you know, shapeshift, so they can literally change their body to be whatever sex they want. So they could be male, they could be female, they could be hermaphrodite, they could do whatever. And they're, of course, non-binary or gender fluid, whichever word you want to use. And we decided on the name Talgabri for the character, so that's what I'm going to go for this demo. Just, you know, because. Why not? Great, Talgabri it is. It's the preferred sex you wish to date. And... now, while I am going by the name Talgabri, I'm also just going to kind of go by my own preference. I am much more interested in women. There are some video game and anime-related men that I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'd date them. But, like, otherwise, it's not, like, an explicit attraction towards them, you know? Just, like, kind of... Again, no. That's towards fictional characters. There hasn't really been any real, like, guys that I'd be like, oh yeah, I'd date them. So... but yeah, I'm just gonna say that I'm interested in women. In this game, you'll be able to romance with a few different characters. Your decisions will matter on who will like you. Same thing as what was going on with Talgabri's story there, because I had it so way all the options that you could choose to move the story forward were going to end up... I mean, they're building up towards potential relationship with people, which there's, of course, 4 characters in that story. No, I'm not going to get too much into that right now, because we're talking about this game. We're not talking about my story, so maybe I'll talk about it another time, but we're going to focus on the demo. So you can read about my character at the top left. Got it. Thanks for reading, and enjoy the game. Prologue, year 397 AS. Okay, so I guess that's supposed to be Talgabri for this scenario. Alright, what the fuck are the first words I whispered as I sat up? My head was aching. As I noticed blood dripping from my head, I gnawed my hands. Someone, or something, really hit me hard. No shit. Some more blood lands into my shirt, staining it. How exactly did this happen? At least I'm still alive. That is always a good thing. You may be bleeding, but if you're alive, you're alive. Also, I'm surprised that my mic audio here on the headphones is working pretty well. Maybe I should just start using that on Discord, because my blue snowball microphone, for whatever reason, is currently not working at all. It's not working on OBS, it's not working on Discord, it's annoying the hell out of me. I hope it's not broken. I've had that microphone for years. It's a really good one. So, Trev's asking dinner. Yeah. Anyways. Well, yeah. Didn't you ask that earlier, Talgabri? Where the fuck are we, actually, though? Okay. Take a moment to calm yourself down, but... Yep, I sense something strange in the air, too. So I can't quite describe it, but it doesn't seem normal. What's up with, all the tree houses? Did you get thrown off a tree house? It's weird some say... Sem? Gosh damn it. When I have to read a lot of dialogue, I always, you know, screw up talking, as you can tell. I wonder actually if anyone is chatting, because I'm not seeing anything, so... Okay, nothing's on the other side, though, but I do see that there's a second viewer, so that's something. Alright. But yeah, something feels off. I take a look at my surroundings, and I eventually notice the strange vegetation. I've never seen flowers like these before. They're beautiful, but odd? It's also pretty warm in this room, because I'm upstairs, not downstairs. So, slowly I begin to stand up. My whole body seems unnaturally heavy. Well, I mean, you did just get hit probably in the head, because you got blood all over your face, you got blood all over your shirt, so maybe you're just feeling weak and fatigued because of the blow? I'm not sure. Now, feeling incredibly exhausted? Yeah, it's probably one other reason for that, yeah. Eventually I manage to drag my weary body off the ground, and I start to try piecing together my memories. I remember I was coming home from work. I was sitting down in my living room after a shitty day. I got up to make myself a cup of tea. I guess I must have blacked out. Weird. Yeah. Okay. Actually, jumping over to the game I was just talking about. That's also kind of the way that the main character in their story starts. Because they wake up in a setting they are unfamiliar with. They try to piece together the memories. That's all I'll say on that, because we gotta keep moving. I breathe, sigh, and deliberate what to do. I really should clean myself off before I go anywhere. The blood on me looks horrific. I don't really want any of my coworkers to see me walking around like this. It would definitely cause problems. If your coworkers were even here... Or maybe I should just go home and skip work today. When are you gonna notice the tree houses? Yeah, go ahead, get rid of the blood, man. I look around, scanning every inch of my surroundings. The peculiar flowers were still throwing me off. Between the flowers and the trees, I could make out a pathway. Without a second thought, I follow the path. Just maybe I can find someone who can at least tell me where I am. I walk a short distance and come across a beautiful building. Now I had myself in the middle of a city. Excellent. For some reason it was empty. Maybe not so excellent. But that was none of my concern. I went to the little well and got some water. That'll work, I exclaimed. Okay, and now my laptop needs to be plugged in. There we go. I used the water from the well to wash the blood off my shirt and face. This doesn't seem to be working. Or is it? Nope, it's useless. Okay, you're gonna have to get a new shirt then, I guess. I let out an audible sigh as I leaned against the stone, staring into the glistening water. I cupped my hands together to catch some water, then I raised my hands to my mouth and drank. It's cold, but refreshing. I don't have water next to me. I probably should, but I got something else to hopefully keep me awake, because I had to work 4 days straight, and anyone who knows my job knows I had to, like, you know, wake up early in the morning, so... What's the... Okay, it's someone else is streaming, that's what's up. I thought I shared over there. No, I guess not. Whatever. We're in the middle of streaming, so I'm just gonna focus on that. This was definitely a good idea. I feel relaxed again, though my body is still oddly heavy. Again, you took a blow to the back of the head, it seems, so... A touch to my shoulder suddenly snaps me out of my thoughts. Uh-oh. Hello, succubus. Whoever you are, or I guess we're gonna find out. Oh my. What's your lost soul doing here? What? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'd be saying too if someone just immediately popped up behind me looking like a succubus saying that. Wait a minute. She's got a ring in the horn. That's... Actually, that's pretty original, I think. I don't recall ever seeing another succubus with a horn ring like that. Who would pierce their horn to put a ring in it? That just seems weird. Yeah, exactly. You can't just wander around here, precious. This is my guild's territory. The name's Talgabri, and don't call me precious. She doesn't seem dangerous, but her looks... Are those wings? They are. You've never seen a demon, eh? She laughs as if I had said something stupid, even though she's the one walking around half naked with wings and horns. Yeah, Talgabri, you haven't noticed that you're in another world yet? Why are you so quiet, precious? Come on, tell me. What exactly are you doing here? I was just trying to clean off this blood and find a way home. I'm sorry if I wandered into your place. She sighs. I don't want to get in any trouble. Listen, I think we may have a problem here. I know this sounds ridiculous to a little human like yourself, but I can't let you leave. Now, shit. You can't keep me here, I know my rights. She laughs off my remark. You may call me Vaya. I think is it, right? I think it's Vaya. Now, come with me. Her tone suddenly felt more commanding. Though her bright smile seemed cheerful, her words were not. The mood had abruptly shifted. Yeah, I mean, if the mood shifted and she looks like a succubus and you don't know what you're doing here, Talgabri, I'd say follow her for now. In the end, she doesn't seem like a bad person. So, are you coming? Yeah, I'm coming. Good. I'm glad you didn't complicate things. I mean, I'm sure we can figure this out. So, Vaya, where are we going? Well, if you really want to know, I am bringing you to my leader. She will help you out. I was a bit confused, but I felt certain that I would find some answers. Everything seems odd. Really, everything seems odd. You only just noticed. A while has passed since we started walking down this pathway. This has been a really weird start for today. I lower my head and stare at the ground, mindlessly following her footsteps. Just forgot that Discord was still in the background there, so I went and quickly switched back to OBS in case someone talks in the stream. Now this is a big building. Yeah, exactly. She finally stops and I find myself standing in front of a large house. Here we go, Talgabri. I marvel at the beautiful building before me. It looks strangely peaceful despite being located in the middle of a forest. The silence suddenly catches my attention. It feels like no one lives here, as if Vaya had brought me to an abandoned building. But clearly there had to be people living here. Also, to the developer, when you watch this, I hope I'm getting the names right for your characters. Hopefully? I mean, if I end up streaming the full game when that is eventually released, and then uploading it to YouTube, I'm going to want to make sure I get all the names right. I mean, there must be people living here. The house looks well kept and clean, and the garden looks tended to and well cared for. So, Vaya, this your home, eh? Yeah. I love this place. All my friends live here, too. Interesting. Well, let's not wait any longer. I want to go home after this, okay? With a nod of her head, Vaya entered the house and I quickly followed suit. Once inside the house, Vaya takes her leave, but not without giving me a smile and wink. Great. No, I kid. Vaya might be a pretty cool character, we don't know. I entered the building and found myself completely taken back. It's much greater than what I was expecting. They were serious about this whole guild thing. Cautiously, I look around. The floor is immaculate to the point where I can see my own reflection in it. Oh, that's a word that I keep forgetting the meaning of. I'm assuming it means clean. Like, really clean. I'm trying to make sure I'm in a good position. It kind of feels like my lower back is trying to scream at me. Plus, also, I want to make sure that, you know, my forehead is at least even to the camera. Hopefully. Are they here already? I could hear someone speaking loud and clear. Their voice echoed through the entire hall, but despite this, it sounded nice and calm. I hear some footsteps approaching me, and eventually I see someone descending the descending the staircase. There we go. Okay. Not what I was expecting you to be wearing. Also, you have a sword in your hand. I'm a little bit concerned that you're about to skew me. Hello, dear. You are Talgabri, right? Yeah. And you're? Mara Ventus, also known as the Great Leader, but please just call me Mara. I'm hoping I'm able to distinguish the voices because I'm thinking that Vaya and Mara currently have the same voice, which is not correct, or should not be. Mara seemed different from anyone I've met before. Let's continue our discussion in my office. We can talk in peace, away from any would-be listeners. She Dent? She gently takes my hand and leads me upstairs and into a great office. Nice office. What's that weapon back there up in the top left corner? Is that supposed to be a crossbow? Maybe? I honestly don't know. It looks cool, though. Boo-hoo. I'm playing a demo. It's a visual novel called Evandor. I volunteered for the demo testing, so I'm streaming it to Twitch. Alright, anyways, interruption out of the way. Once inside the office, Mara let go of my hand and sat herself down on a cozy-looking sofa. Sorry, I might need to get another drink. Instead of joining her, I decided to take a closer look at some of the books around the room. I pick up a large book at random and open its pages. The writing is unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's almost mesmerizing. The written letters are beautiful and remind me of ancient hieroglyphs. I look over at Mara. I'm sure she's been keeping a close eye on me all this time, but to my surprise, she hasn't said a word and has just remained seated, patiently waiting for me. So, what language is this? It's Darkin. It is the language of the Darkana use. A member of my guild could probably teach you some if you want. Despite my skepticism, I couldn't help but feel reassured when speaking to Mara. She really gives off an approachable, friendly aura. Would you mind sitting down? I'd like to take a look at your injuries while we talk. I nod, and taking the book with me, I take a seat next to her. She grabs my arm and a bright light emanates from her hands. The light felt warm and nice, and I began to feel better. I am delighted that you met Vaya. She has always been very careful around newcomers. I'm sure you'll get along just fine. Why does it matter if we get along? Listen, Mara, I don't plan on sticking around here long. Well, you are from Earth, right? Sorry. I might actually need that drink if I'm gonna start coughing. I gave a nod and kept looking at her hands laying on my arm. Though we had only just met, her gentle touch felt comfortable. I'm sure it's been mentioned to you already, but you are an Evandor now. Yep, she doesn't give me any time to respond before continuing, because, no, it hasn't been mentioned to Tal'Gari yet. Once in a while, a human that dies on Earth will find their way here. We believe that a god is ferrying souls across intentionally, but this hypothesis is still being researched. Uh-oh. So I guess we died. She removes her hands from my arm and the light dissipates. The pain that I was feeling had miraculously, I almost said a completely different word there, faded away. I take a look at my arm, and to my surprise, the wound had vanished. I wanted to doubt her words, but gazing at my healed wound, I thought, just maybe, a god stealing souls from Earth wasn't such a strange concept. I shake my head. You must realize how weird this all sounds to me, right? Yes, I am fully aware of this, but let me assure you, we will take good care of you if you so wish. I dread to imagine what might have happened if you had run into bandits or demons. Or worse. I guess I technically did run into a demon, though, because, you know, she had the horns, she had the wings. Maybe she wasn't evil, but I technically did run into a demon. Admittedly, my knowledge of mythology is limited to what I read when I was a child, but there are things worse than demons. There is definitely worse, but don't worry, we will look after you. The fact that she voluntarily healed my injury was reassuring. I just noticed the player character model there for Tal'Gari, their mouth was just open for a second there. That works. That's a thing. That happens in games. Why am I stumbling over this? Okay, I like that it does that. There we go. That's all I wanted to say. So then please, before I make my decision, can you tell me more about your guild? There is much you need to learn, but I'll start with the basics. We are the Soul Legion, and, as the largest guild in Evandor, we rule over this world. Holy shit, you rule over the world as a guild? Bravo. Our guild is split into 4 lesser guilds, each with their own specialty. Okay, are we back? Okay, are we back? Alright, good. I had to completely restart everything. So... yeah, that... I guess I should have expected that. I should have probably done something like restart my laptop before streaming, because my laptop had already been on for several hours, and if I leave this laptop on for several hours, it has a tendency to crash. It's fine if, you know, like, there's a stream in the background and I'm streaming on the Xbox. It's not fun if I'm streaming off the laptop. It's not cool. Alright, so I kind of went back to around where we were, because I didn't have a save selected, so... Actually, OBS doesn't have the tabs open anymore. It's streaming, which is good, but, like, now I gotta focus on if someone talks over here on Twitch itself in my Microsoft Edge tab. I'm in a tab, so I'll just go ahead and move that over there. So, okay, so last time we were the Soul Legion, largest guild in Evandor. We rule over this world. Split into 4 lesser guilds, each with their own specialty. Right, here's where we were. The Remedium Guard houses the majority of our healers and alchemists. The Invictum Guard, our toughest warriors and defensive mages. The Magia Guards hold our magicians and necromants, as well as those who wield mind-manipulating magic. Ooh, that sounds cool. And last but not least, the Sicarius Guard, I hope I said that right, is where you will find our assassins, spies, and shadow mages. I knew you were going to have a spy guild. If you were already splitting into 4 groups and you had healers, warriors, mages, of course you're going to have assassins. You don't need to remember all this now, though. You should tend to yourself first. Just make yourself comfortable. I understand. I gave a nod and actually started to consider staying here, but there were more questions I still wanted answers to. Yeah, you said humans have to die to come here. Does that mean I've died? Yes. Yes, it does mean that. Is there a way for me to find out how I died? There is a way, but I wouldn't recommend it. Why? I wanted to know how it happened. it can have a terrible impact on your mental state. I mean, that makes sense. Finding out how you died and got dragged into another world, yeah, that would do it. Despite the risks and whatever the outcome might be, I had to know. Mara could see my desperation. Lay your head down on my lap. I hope you realize that a white-haired girl in a video game telling me to lay my head down on her lap has already happened once before, and that's from Io from Code Vein, aka current #1 video game waifu who beat out Tally, of all people. I follow her command and set my head down. I look up at Mara and I can read the emotion in her face. She places her hand gently on my forehead. In a brief moment, my vision goes blurry. The fog clears and I can see my house. I wander around and soon realize that I can pass through walls and objects, similar to a ghost. Suddenly, I notice someone entering the kitchen and I follow them in. It's dark. I can only make out a silhouette. The person kneels over a body. Is that a corpse? Uh-oh. Yeah. The frickin' music just changed because you just realized you're looking at your murderer. Yeah, no wonder there's that warning there at the beginning. Yeah, you can't smell any of it because you're a ghost. Woo. Feels like you're watching a movie. You can't interact or change anything, but you do have the ability to look around the scene. The person leant over the body before standing back up and hurriedly leaving the house. I tried to take a closer look at them, but I couldn't make out their identity. The only thing I knew for certain was that the corpse was mine. Yeah. You're used to seeing corpses and blood due to your line of work. Right. I think I know what Talgabri, or, the main character's line of work was supposed to be. I'll let the game reveal that if that's the case. But seeing myself and knowing there's nothing I can do, it's horrible. Yeah, I understand. I suppressed the urge to cry. I approached the body and kneeled down next to it. I was stabbed at least 5 times. There's a blood trail leading up to the body, so it appears it was dragged through the house. There appears to be some kind of glittery dust on the body. What? The hands of the corpse abruptly started disintegrating into more glitter. Oh. It spreads throughout the rest of my body until only a pool of blood remains. What the frig? Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Yeah, let's get Talgabri out of there. Yeah, exactly. Keep yourself together. I mean, obviously you should break down and cry at some point, but right now you're in the middle of a dream, so... Alright, yep, feel a hand warmly caressing your forehead, so you sit up, you're back in the office. Well, you never really left yet. Mara had only shown you a vision, so... It's all in the past now. You're all right here. Did you see it too? I did. I am sorry that you couldn't see who did this to you. But I am certain that the people in your world will find this person, and justice will come. Her words actually brought a smile on my face. Yes, my killer will be found. I will have justice. And I've also got a second chance. I don't have a family, and only a small handful of friends who would occasionally drag me out and get drunk with. I spend most of my time working. I sigh. I probably need a few days of rest, and to settle in and get used to this world. Or at least I hope I can get used to it. Is there anywhere I can sleep? Mara nods. Yes, let me lead the way. Alright, here we go. Back to the nice, calming music. Some really good music. Who does your music? I want to know. Are you just getting these off of, like, royalty-free site? Do you have, like, an artist who does this? Are you doing some soundtracks yourself? Another quick comment about my game for the music there. I'm mostly using royalty-free stuff, but there's a couple of soundtracks I specifically want to develop, including the boss theme for the penultimate boss and the final boss battles, actually, because there's 3 different variations that you can get. Well,
that's it for this. So... Shoot. This bottle's almost empty, too. I didn't notice. If I had, I would have grabbed one from downstairs while it was still there. Alright, Mara guides me to a room, and after bringing me a fresh set of clothes, she leaves me alone. My wounds were healed, and I'm no longer in pain. I lay down on the bed. It's soft and warm, exactly what I need after the day I've had. I know. Can't wait to fall asleep in my bed, too, but I'm going to do that after I'm done with the VOD here. Or with streaming, I mean. Because the VODs are... Well, actually, I think I already downloaded the first one, so I'll download this one. Put them together real quick in Vegas, and then upload them to YouTube. I close my eyes, and it doesn't take long until I'm drifting off and into the wonderful world of dreams. Hopefully it's wonderful. Chapter 1, a message from... Alright. Music just suddenly changed. Whew. Sorry, it's warm in here. After a long night, I awoke in the same comfy bed as before. My headache has subsided, and I'm feeling a lot better. It's weird not waking up in my own home, but I'm sure I'll get used to this eventually. A long yawn escapes me, and I find myself staring at the ceiling. I had to do it. Sorry. You gotta... Oh, dude. Oh, Talcabri, you... I am so jealous of you. You had an ex. Closest I've ever had is, yeah, sure, talking to people long distance and whatnot, but never, like, fully in relationships or whatever, so... I'm completely jealous of you, Talcabri. In my dream, I met my ex again, but we were in this world. I swear, if we find out that your ex is in this world, I'm going to be ecstatic. What a ridiculous thing. Dude, you were just setting up your ex showing up all of a sudden. You always thought of vampires, angels, and demons as fictional beings, but now they're real. For a while, I drowned myself in the thoughts of this strange world. Okay, so, socializing makes sense. You get to learn about the people, you can learn about the world. However, at the same exact time, learning about the world itself, especially the cultures and everything, can help you with meeting the people. And hopefully avoid, you know, upsetting a culture on accident. Alright, so... with a plan in mind, I clamber out of bed. And just make a quick save. A knock on the door interrupts this quiet morning. Excuse me, Talcabri? Miss Mara told me to give you some clothes and ask if you would like to join us for breakfast. Yes, come in. Another, person. Okay, so their name is Yume. Hello, Talcabri. I am Yume, and... Yume's had a quiet voice. Does the apostrophe S need to be there? Almost like she's whispering. She definitely seems shy and nervous. Okay, so I should be doing that more. I came here to give you a few clothes and to invite you to breakfast. We usually eat together in the morning. Okay. I will talk to the shy fox lady. I think it's a fox, right? Sure, let's do that. Oh, really? I'm glad. I was afraid you'd rather be alone. Also, there is someone who would like to talk to you. It's alright. I'll just take a shower first and put on some fresh clothes. Alright. The bathroom's just around the corner, and the dining room is at the end of the floor. You cannot miss it. I guess I'll see you there then. Yume gives a beaming smile, hands me some clothes, and leaves. I leave the room with my new clothes in hand and head towards the bathroom. Like they had told me, it was really just around the corner. I lock the door and proceed to undress. I take a look at myself in the mirror and enter the shower. They have showers. I prefer warm showers. So you take your time in the shower, feels like all your bad thoughts are washing away. Yeah,
Sorry, I have to do like some of the visual tasks that they say, so I just let out a brief sigh and closed my eyes for a second. Okay, actually what's going on? Talgabri, there's a voice in my head. It's not echoing in the bathroom. It really does seem to be in my head. Talgabri! What? I hope you didn't have any trouble coming here. You've got to get stronger. I'll be watching until you are strong enough. Assemble a team you can trust, grow your strength, and release this world from them. Them? Okay. Yeah, you must... No, you're not hallucinating. Come on, it's standard isekai formula. Either you are an overpowered person who comes to the world and you just decide to reign chaos, or to try to live a normal life, or both, depending on who you are. If you're reigning chaos, you're Ainzel Gon. If you're trying to live a normal life, you're either Sato from Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. You could be Kana from... Is it Kana or Kanya? I forget. And for whatever reason, I'm forgetting the name of that anime. But it's, you know, about the elf chick who ends up in another world, who used to be just this girl in the hospital who died because the hospital lost power at one point while she was playing the game, and then suddenly she's in the world. I'm forgetting the name. Xavier will remind me, no doubt. Alright, whatever. But maybe someone did call me here, and maybe this is all real. Could be God himself, or herself, or themself. I don't know. After all, I could never imagine all these strange things, like angels and demons, an alternate universe. Could this be real? I guess someone suddenly whispering to me in my mind isn't that odd. I take a moment to gather my thoughts. Maybe the other guild members know more about what just happened. I step out of the shower and get myself dressed. I exit the bathroom. I head towards the dining room where the members of the guild were awaiting my arrival. And here's all the other major characters. Okay, it seems like everyone is gathered here and I'm the last to join. There are plenty of faces I'm unfamiliar with, but there's obviously a couple of faces you are familiar with. As I enter the room, everyone turns to look at me. Most give me a smile back, while others seem indifferent. Vaya looks at me and shoots me a flirtatious smile. She wants me to sit next to her. I decide to just sit next to her and give her a smile back. As I sat myself down, someone I didn't know came over and set down a plate of what could only be described as interesting-looking food in front of me. I noticed that Mara is nowhere to be seen, so I decided to ask about it. Do you know where Mara is? I thought she'd be here. She's on a mission. Mara was very secretive about this one, though, so I doubt anyone knows the exact details. That guy looks fancy. Alright then. I stare at the word food I had been presented with. What exactly is this, actually? Yeah, let's ask. Let's educate ourselves. Okay, I currently cannot tell if that character identifies as male or female. That looks pretty androgynous for an angel. I'm not sure. Okay, I guess we'll find out. Let me try to come up with a voice that should fit for the moment until we can figure this out. Glad you asked. I had the honor of cooking today. Shiela is my name. Shiela, maybe? Again, I know the developer's going to watch this eventually. They'll tell me if I'm saying names wrong. I want to make sure I say it right eventually. You're eating spiced wings, but minus the wings due to our limited resources at the moment, so the wings have been replaced with vegetables. Better not have been cauliflower. Sorry, there's just some vegetables that, you know, I ate when I was younger because I had to, but I eventually was just like, no, I can't. Cauliflower and peas. Those are like the two big ones. And the thing is, I used to enjoy cauliflower. I've never enjoyed peas, so don't ask me to ever eat them ever again. But I used to enjoy cauliflower, and then eventually it was just like, no. Why are they limited?
The war has impacted certain trading routes, so we are not yet able to acquire any good quality meat.
Oh. Sorry to hear that, dude, but what war? So, I think this guy's name is Sirius. Just not spelled the way I would know it, you know, Sirius Black. You say we, like I didn't offer to go and fucking open the routes again. Even if I had to use force, it's... I already told you, we can't risk sending you to those dangerous areas. And I repeat that I do not need you to babysit me. I can easily get this shit done. But no one else is willing to do anything, so we are stuck eating this shit. Would you both shut the hell up? No more fighting, you two. We've already heard this discussion enough times already. You came here to work with the guild, so don't cry about meat. Vaya, you are a bad bitch. I kid, but no, you're awesome. The room fell silent. Sirius let out a deep sigh and he quietly ate his food. There you go. I am sorry for this. Sirius can be nice once you get to know him. I can see Sirius glaring angrily at Vaya. Don't worry, I'm sure this is a tough situation for you. Vaya gave a nod and our conversation ended there. I peacefully began to eat my meal. The food is... different. It has an odd consistency, but not bad. I liken the texture to mashed potatoes. Oh, that sounds really good. Then I can eat mashed potatoes, obviously. It's spicy. Why would mashed potatoes be spicy? Now you got me thinking all around. And has some delicious vegetables in it. I don't regret eating it, especially since I haven't eaten for what feels like an eternity. This is exactly what I needed. By the way, Talgabri, I am Cerberus, and I was looking for you, little human. You're not going to tell me you have 2 extra heads hidden underneath the cape, are you? Why were you looking for me? While Mara isn't here, I'm the one responsible for everything, so I thought putting you to some use would be a good idea. But I'd actually planned to read more about this world for the time being. In that case, I can spare some time reading with you in the office, but you must promise to be of use after this is done. Okay, I will give it my best. I don't want to say we'll see about that. I don't want to be a sassy bitch right now. I just got here. That's what I want to hear. Anyway, after the breakfast, we can meet in the office. I give a nod. I might ask Cerberus about the weird encounter I had earlier. I barely spoke for the remainder of the meal. I finish up quickly and stand up. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'll talk to you some other time. I go to meet Cerberus inside Mara's office. As I enter the room, I can see that Cerberus was already here and sat on one of the chairs. You're here. Perfect. Where do you want to start? I actually want to talk about something first. Oh? You seem troubled. Yes, well, where do I start? Yeah, let's call it a hallucination, why not? A hallucination? This morning when I was in the shower, I think I blacked out. But while I was blacked out, I heard a strange voice. Someone was calling out to me and I thought, perhaps you might know who the voice belongs to. At first I thought it was just a dream, but it felt like the voice was actually real. I see. You know, maybe someone brought you here intentionally. Do you know who? Do you have any idea? I was desperate for an answer to prove I wasn't going crazy. I know that only users of dimension magic can bring humans here, and that's quite a rare kind of magic. So we know something at least. Is there anyone that's able to speak telepathically? For sure, although I only know of a few people who are able to use that kind of long-range magic, Mara being one such person. How long of a range are we talking about? The range that could span the whole continent we are on right now. During the First War, Mara used her telepathy to communicate with and connect people together. I was left flabbergasted. I had no idea how large this world was, but surely a continent is an enormous mass of land. Yeah, that's a continent-level spell if you're able to communicate with everyone across the continent. Haha, you seem surprised. Mara is our leader for a reason. She is incredibly strong. I would never dare challenge her. You know, actually, now I'm kind of curious. Are you two brother and sister? I'm only asking because of the hair. Now, if someone is reaching out to you from this distance, and if they are also the same person that summoned you here, then it's likely they are stronger than anyone here. Cerberus looked concerned, or rather, scared. His reaction was unsettling. Should I be afraid? No, no need. We will figure this all out, especially this mysterious voice of yours. He was right. I can't panic now, I just needed to stay focused. Let's move on. You wanted to know more about our world, right? What exactly, or where exactly, do you want to start? I'm not really sure. Let's start with the races first. Let me know more about the races. I really want to know who or what I can meet. Oh, where do I even start? There are just so many different races in Evandor that it would take days to tell you all about them. I know. For now, I'll just tell you about the races of people we have in the guild. Sounds simple enough? Yeah. This information interested me greatly, I almost said greedily, so I was eager to listen to what Cerberus had to say. Well, first of all the races are split between angelic and demonic races. This defines what weaknesses someone has. Mara, for example, is a seraph, an angelic race. Like all angels, Mara is immune to fire, and is very proficient with seal magic. Vaya, on the other hand, the woman with the bat wings, is a succubus, but she's also half vampire. Either way, they are both demonic races, and are therefore very susceptible to water magic. I had a feeling that Vaya was some sort of demon. Well, I mean, yeah, her wings are very obvious, and the horns. I didn't know that she was half vampire, though. Continuing on. Sirius, the brown-haired dude, not very likable, and very quiet. He's a pure sky demon. Except for lightning magic, they have no other special traits besides the usual demonic ones. I'm glad I haven't needed to speak to him. I'm sure you will at some point, though. Okay, so you know about Vaya, Mara, and Sirius. We also have Kitsune. Well, a Kitsune, yeah. Her name is Yume. She's blonde and rather shy. Already seems like the possible waifu I'll go for. But we'll have to see. Kitsune are another angelic race, and very proficient in illusion magic. She's one of the best when we have to go undercover. That sounds amazing. I wonder if Yume will show me some of her illusion magic. But don't worry, Yume is the kindest soul. She would never hurt you for sure. That's reassuring. I can't imagine what they're capable of with their magic. And I for sure don't want to find out. Our alchemist, Nash, is a witch. They are susceptible to fire, but have strong summoning magic. He's got blue hair, and be warned, he is very flirtatious. If you tease him, he's going to mess with you. Got it, no messing around with Nash. We also have a merman. His name is Indris. He can breathe underwater and use water magic, so he usually guides our missions out at sea. Last but not least, we have Shiela. They are a war angel. Okay, so they are possibly non-binary, since they're using the they-them pronouns. Extremely religious to their god. They are physically very tall and incredibly strong. Everything you'd expect from a full-on war angel. If you have any questions, Shiela for sure can help you. They are thousands of years old, and have accumulated way more experience than myself. What about you, though? Oh, I am but a simple vampire. Nothing special, no special powers. You're walking around in the daylight, though, so you're much better than other vampires. I know. What is this symbol? I don't know if I want to click on this. I know that clicking on Toggery here will reveal that. "27-year-old human." That actually matches up with me currently, although next month I will turn 28. You usually worked full-time as a detective? Yes. Okay, I knew that was the thing. And at weekends you'd meet up with a few friends. So health is currently full, social is probably more social than my own self. Don't have any magic yet, and morality is still pretty high. Okay, I will go ahead and just try to click on it. Ah, okay, so this just reveals the other characters. So yeah, Vaya, born a succubus, made half vampire. Okay. And she is female, she, her, 219 years old. young woman and leader of the Sicarius Guard. Okay, so she leads the assassins. Got it. But she also appears to be Mara's right hand, and her affection towards me is only begun, obviously. Wow, Yume's affection is slightly bigger. Race Kitsune, description female, she, her, 21 years old. Widely known for her impeccable illusions, Yume is the shining star in the Soul Legion. Why is the affection bar already that much up? Actually, no, that makes sense, because I was nice to her at the beginning. Alright, so Indris hasn't said much. He is 420 years old. The Darkona race. He should be the merman, I think, is what was said. Don't let his nice appeal fool you. He can easily take down elite sorcerers. Affection's in the normal range at the moment. Okay, same with Sirius. He's a sky demon. He is 1,000 years old. Holy crap. Preferring to be alone, Sirius is hardly approachable. I mean, his name is Sirius. How do you expect him to be approachable? He does seem to have an interesting humor, though. Cool. And Shiela is non-binary, or at least it's kind of established to be non-binary. Yeah, it is established to be non-binary. It says it right there. Pay attention to me. Okay, so I was right, though. They are a non-binary character, so I must go by non-binary terms, just like, well, the telegraphy from the story that is going on in my Discord. Considered to take a parenting role in the guild, Shiela seems to care deeply for each and every member. Affection is pretty normal at the moment. And Nash is a witch. Oh, okay. So, I forgot that was the thing. Nash is also non-binary, although will go more by he terms than... Well, it says he/they, so... And I guess as a witch, they can live a while too, because he's he/they is 600 years old. Usually they seem to be showing off their magic. The cool tricks did make him quite popular amongst citizens. Okay, anyways, let's continue. I could hear it in his voice that he was hiding something, but I decided against asking anything further. Is there anything else you want to know? Yeah, let's ask about the history. Is there anything noteworthy that I should know about the history of this world? Cerberus seemed to think on this for a moment before starting to talk once more. Well, we are currently in the year 397 AS. AS? AS stands for After Shiki. Shiki is the one who put a stop to the war 397 years ago. The First Great War. Oh? What caused the war? Gwendolyn Luna, a vampire of royal blood, stole a godly artifact from an angel. She then handed it over to a certain god, and that god used the artifact to start a war. Eventually, Shiki is the one who killed the god, named Noctir. Sorry, just myself again. This ascended Shiki to godhood. Shiki proceeded to kill every vampire that participated in the war before finally locating the artifact. In doing so, he soothed the angels, who no longer wanted to continue the war. As a result of this, vampires these days are quite uncommon and don't have the best reputation. Yeah, let's ask about the artifact. I mean, it's not that surprising that there'd be a human here. There are 6 godly artifacts: Nox Tenebri, Vita Dantis, Tempus Lucis, Infernus Custus, Aurum Ludum, and Amor Mortis. The war back then was over the Infernus Custus, which is in the form of a crown. Infernus Custus makes me think that it's supposed to be something related to fire. And since there are 6 of them, it's also kind of making me think of Final Fantasy 15, but that's only because I'm kind of obsessed with Final Fantasy 15. Each of them grant magic empowerment. Dependent on the artifact, they can enhance the user with dark magic. Dark magic is the strongest kind of magic and has no limitations, but because of this, it tends to take a toll on the user's body and mind. There once was a fairy that tried to revive their only child. The spell failed, and it inadvertently killed all the fairies. Oof. Sounds like frickin' God from Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, that sounds gruesome. I hope to never experience dark magic. And if you do, I hope you're able to use it much better than that person. Shiki, who was a mere human like you, wielded dark magic to seal some of the godly artifacts. I nod, committing all the information you just given to me to memory. Is there anything else you want to know? Well, I would like to know about magic. I would like to know how it works. I would especially like to know if I could get my character some ice magic, but that's just me, because I'm an ice, mage, cryomancer. So you can use magic, but how exactly does it work? Are there any limitations? How do you use magic, and am I able to learn magic? Whoa, slow down. Let me start with the basics. I accidentally clicked away from the game for a second. Alright, here we go. Everyone has the ability to use magic. There isn't a single person in this world who can't. Apart from you. You are born with it, and are unable to learn more unless you are a god. Some are easier to use well, while some are harder. Many people decide to never or rarely use magic, and choose to live a life as a normal citizen. In the end, it really depends on that person's mana. Mana is the source of life, and the energy we use to generate our magic. And who knows, if you've got mana, then you too, surely, will be able to use your own brand of magic one day. I really hope I'll be able to use magic. I'm in a new world, but the only person unable to use magic? What are the odds? You got any more questions? I think we got them all covered. Yeah, we're good. All my questions have been answered, so I'm happy to help Cerberus with whatever task he has for me. However, instead of giving me a task to do, Cerberus hands me a book. But I can't read your language. I know, but this is a book about different cities and notable landmarks. Barely any text at all. Oh, alright. While Cerberus was thumbing through a book of his own, I began to read, or rather, look through the book I was given. Cerberus was right. The book was predominantly made up of pictures, and the little text that there were but a few symbols above said picture, which I assume had to be the names of the cities and locations. Are you planning on sending me out? Is that why you want me to know the cities? Cerberus just answered me with a smile. It had probably only been 30 minutes since I started looking through the book, but I already felt tired. I set the book down on my lap while I stretched out my arms and back. I felt the book begin to slip off. I quickly lowered my arm to grab it, and I knew I wouldn't reach in time. However, to my surprise, before the book had hit the floor, it just stopped moving before jumping into my outstretched hand. I was flabbergasted. It has to be his telekinesis magic, right? Cerberus, are these books magic? No, why do you ask? This book just moved on its own. It did what? Okay, I guess he doesn't have telekinesis magic. It moved on its own. Are you sure? Wait, try that again. I stood up, put the book down a few meters away from me, and held out my hand. I desperately wanted my back, and as I thought of this, the book began to hover and make its way to me, just like it did before. I was wrong. You are able to use magic. I'm impressed. Oh, holy shit. Now we're just staring at our hands. Oh. I just noticed the fingernails. Like, I obviously noticed that they were painted, but like, look at the way that the pattern is. It kind of looks like they're doing, you know, the LGBTQ pattern, maybe? LGBTQIA+. I forget what the current acronym of it is. But yeah, you were just flabbergasted. I suddenly need more drink. I'll probably have Saber to bring me one. Yeah, you could not believe your eyes. What about your hands? Yeah, let's try this out. Let's see what else we can do. I tried moving the chair Cerberus sitting on towards me. I focused on the chair for a while and managed to move the chair together with Cerberus a few centimeters. Hey, quit messing with me. Sorry. If you want, I can teach you how to use your magic. Really? You do that? Sure. While Mara is away, I can do whatever I want. So I can teach you how to use your magic, and also what else you can do with it. Awesome. When do we start? We can meet at the training grounds in about 10 minutes. This will be interesting. I'll see you there. Cerberus hastily left. I put my book away next to the library. Cerberus didn't actually tell me where the training grounds is. Guess I'll just wander around and hope to find it. I made my way outside. I think I found the right way. I was right. Okay. Thought the music was like completely fading out. Nope. Alright, Cerberus was already here, so I quickly approach him. Ah, I have been waiting for you. With this much open space, we can work on your magic without worrying about destroying anything. I don't think we need to worry about me destroying anything. Someone who's just learned that they can use magic might not have the ability to control it yet. And in the end, you are just a tiny human, so I doubt you know the consequences of misusing magic. But don't worry, that's what I am here for. Maybe I can put you to good use after all. Want to see how much magic we have? Just that much. Got it. I really don't understand why he's teasing me, but I guess he just really wants me to make myself useful. So, magic is what you imagine it to be. You can't use it without thinking. If you do it out of motion, it becomes uncontrollable. So, you were probably able to move that book because you really wanted it to be there. Out of genuine desire. Or laziness. Dude, the book was falling out of my hands the first time I used magic. I was trying to prevent it from falling on the floor and waking you up, or whatever. So if I concentrate on it, I can pull a shield towards me? Sure, give it a try. I focus on the shield lying on the ground. I want it to come to me. It quickly sprung up and into my hand. See? I did it. This could be so useful. Let's move on to something else. See those shooting targets? Try to create something this time. Like an arrow. And hit them. Cerberus steps aside, and I started thinking about how I was going to create an arrow. I started by concentrating on the shape of an arrow, and visualize the space it would occupy. After a brief moment, a few arrows had appeared floating around me. I feel the magic flowing through and around my body. It's as if the arrows were a part of me. With a small gesture, I sent the arrows soaring towards the target. Some of the arrows had missed and struck the wall behind, but some had hit the target. Yeah, makes sense. That was your first time using that spell, so... Good job! I am sure you will get better in no time. Cerberus speaking made me lose focus on the arrows, and they slowly disappeared, leaving only the impact holes. Not to jump over to another one of my things, but there's... I've talked about a book series I've written that I've been trying to write as well. I've been trying to do way too many projects. Probably why nothing gets done, because I try to do too much at once. But I digress. So... Actually, I'll take this here for a second. I'm kind of like speaking a little too loud. Okay, Cerberus continued to tell me about different weapons and even more magic. Before long, I can actually fight using said weapons as long as I concentrate. Yeah, but the whole concentration thing is how the magic system in the book I was writing also works. Like, spells don't last if you lose concentration. The main character doesn't get magic until near the end of the first book. And then he struggles with actually using magic for longer than a few seconds in the second book. And then over time, he eventually is able to use magic properly. But there's a lot of reasons for him being unable to use magic effectively until... But, again, I digress. We're not doing everything about me. This is about the game. So, over the course of a few days, Cerberus had taught me basic fighting skills. Okay. Back to the nice, calm, and soothing music. If I could somehow just have this on repeat while I fall asleep, that would be awesome. Maybe I'll see if the file's in music and then just put it on my phone real quick and then have it set on repeat on a music app. Or maybe not. I don't know if that'd be allowed. Either way, this evening, I decided to visit the Garden of the Guild. Despite how long I've been here, I still haven't spoken to many people yet. All my time had been monopolized by Cerberus' training, and when I wasn't training, I was sleeping as I'd often be exhausted, or eating to replenish my strength. Wish I could talk to someone other than Cerberus. Yeah, okay. Yume, like I said, is possibly who I'm going for because she seemed nice, and I do like the quiet ladies. As long as they don't do what both Yuri and Leah did back in both Doki Doki Literature Club and Everlasting Summer. I mean, granted, I still beat the game with Leah and Everlasting Summer, but I technically had to do 2 playthroughs because I wanted the finale episode to actually be a good episode, and the previous episode before it had a terrible ending that I'm not going to get into detail with on this stream because it's just... I would say go check out my old videos, but they're on my first channel, and that was before I had a good mic. And even then, like, sure, the mic quality to this headphone, you know, the earphones here, isn't that bad, but my Snowball has just better quality. Anyway, let's go find Yume, I guess. I sit myself down on an empty bench. I can hear the birds chirping away in the distance. The evening sun feels nice and warm on my skin as I relax and close my eyes. I used to do this after a long day at work. I would come to the same bench in the same park to enjoy the atmosphere. I didn't have many people I enjoyed spending time with. After a while, I could hear someone sitting down next to me. I opened my eyes and turned to see... Yep, there's Yume. She seems to be deep in thought while watching the sunset. I guess I shouldn't interrupt her. You seem to be settling in and getting along with the others here. Yume gave me a brief smile. She had such a gentle and soft voice. Yes, I've been training hard with Cerberus, and the others seem nice. Oh, that's nice to hear. I am glad. I was worried that you would not want to go on a mission with any of us. Dude. Why are you saying, do I really have to? Eventually you will. Come on. I am sorry to be the one to tell you this, but we all must fulfill our duties here. We have to keep this world safe. It is not that we want to force you to risk your life. You are most likely unaccustomed to this where you come from. Alright, I'm gonna just text Saver real quick and ask him to be a soda. There's Saver's number. Oh, I didn't mean to do this, but... Oh, well, actually I was an investigator and former police officer in my world, so I did occasionally have to risk my life. Yeah, I'm gonna say I would feel a lot better if you accompanied me. That sounds like the better option. Don't worry. I, and some others, will accompany you. We never do missions alone. We would never send you into danger by yourself. It was nice of Yume to try to reassure me, and it did actually make me feel better. I think that I'm ready to go on a mission tomorrow. Thank you, I smiled. Awesome! I am sure Mara will give you a task that you'll be well suited for. I nod and stand up to leave. With a plan in mind, I head back to my room. It's been a long day, but it was fun being able to chat with someone. I am now in desperate need of some sleep. Yeah, because you've been training. Yeah, doing the normal shonen stuff where the person trains because they have a goal in mind. Well, I guess you don't necessarily have a goal in mind just yet. You have a plan. Well, no, you can't have a plan without a goal. I don't know what I'm saying. Either way, though, get some sleep, my friend. I lay down in bed and let out a brief sigh. I start to weigh up my next moves. I do miss my hometown, but I was always a loner and kept to myself. I only really had 2 close friends who most of the time dragged me around and out with them everywhere. I wonder what they're doing right now. Are they wondering where I disappeared to? They were also both detectives, so they might be trying to figure out what happened to me. Their investigation will no doubt lead to a dead end. I sigh. Aw, don't sell them short. I should just focus on this world now. I've got something I can do here, and there's probably no way to return home.
I can't dwell on these kinds of thoughts forever. I should stay focused on the present. I've always enjoyed helping others, and it looks like I can continue doing that in this world. For a while, my thoughts continued to bounce back and forth until eventually I could feel myself drifting away. The next morning, I got myself prepared and immediately went to see Mara. I feel like I'm pressing down on my neck or something. Just like the position, I guess I'm sitting. Trying to fix myself. I've been told that she should be in her office. I approach Mara's office and gently knock on the door. I hear a soft-spoken, "Come in." I answer the office and see Mara sitting at her desk. She looks over me and gives me a smile. "Good morning, Talgabri. How was your night?" Now I feel like I'm getting the voice wrong because my voice is just being silly. "It was nice, thank you." "That's good to hear. I heard you were on a mission. How'd it go and what'd you have to do?" "Oh, I think it went rather well, thank you for asking. Now as for the details, I'm afraid you might find it a tad boring." "Oh, come on, I'm curious. Please tell me." "Very well. It was truly a tedious mission. I was to talk with King Codex of Vurimore." Vurimore? Vurimore. Maybe. "The king was wanting to end the contract that currently maintains peace between the Vormor and the Merendith, the country we are in right now." "Oh, no. Do not end peace. Talgabri only just arrived in this world. We are not fighting in a war." I'm following along so far. "If the king were to do this, however, then the scale of the ensuing war would be beyond anything we've ever seen, so it's a good thing I managed to have him reconsider. It helps that nullifying the contract also meant that the king would no longer have access to our mages that he is very much dependent on. So nothing to worry about. Now tell me, what brings you here?" "I was told that I could come to you for a mission. Ever since I found out that I could use magic, I've been wanting to put it to use." "Ah, yes, I've heard about it from Cerberus. I was initially worried about how long it might take for you to pick it up, but I'm relieved to hear how well your training has been. Now, on to your mission. Truth be told, I already knew you would come to be for a mission. Come to be? Okay. Developer, I think that might be a spelling issue. I think you might have meant to say come to me for a mission. So, just, that's a note. Hopefully. So, I'd already put your name down for one." She already knew why. Ask why. I came here. "So the mission is regarding the Bastet bandits, who have stolen some valuable artifacts from us. The Codex family had arranged for them to be sent to us, but it appears that they were stolen during transit. Vaya has already done the necessary reconnaissance, and has located their hideout. I just need a few capable people to help put things right." I smile. I should be able to handle this job together with a few others. "I've asked a few people to accompany you. The Taker should be here at any moment." Yep, sure enough, it's the entire cast of love interests. Nash, Vaya, Shiela, Yume, Sirius, and Indris into the room. "Are all of you coming on the mission with me?" Yume looks at me with a smile. "I gotta see how well you handle yourself. And you also don't want him getting lost or hurt, right?" "No, that's not the right voice, that's Yume." "And you also don't want him getting lost or hurt, right?" It's probably closer. Yume's voice was as sweet as always. I think she's trying to remind Sirius to be nice. Sirius rolled his eyes. "Yes, someone's gotta keep an eye on you." In their own way, it does seem like they care about me, which makes me happy. "Good, all of you are here. Vaya should be aware of all the details. Please take care. I'm counting on you." Fully motivated, I gave Mara a nod and left the office together with the others. I was ready to take on this challenge. I have plenty of kind people supporting me. Finally, I have the chance to accomplish something and be of use. I am perfectly prepared. I am fully and completely ready for this. So you say, that's chapter 2. Okay, so that's actually the end of the
chapter at this moment. Alright, so we're not seeing any action just yet. That makes sense. Alright, so this was a demo of the game Evandor, A Gentle Spirit. Wait for the game to be released and buy it to continue on. Alright, so... at least it's ending before midnight, I guess. To just go ahead and give my thoughts so far. First off, I'm gonna quickly vote in that little poll there to talk about Yume, because yes. Oh, okay. So no one's actually voted in that poll yet. I'm pretty sure that someone should have already played the demo before me. Okay. I guess no one decided to join me tonight. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna just put myself over here on OBS and try to just quickly talk about my thoughts so far. Art style for character models. I'm just gonna lean my laptop back a bit like this. Art style, interesting. Okay. Yeah, as you can tell, I have a body pillow right behind me. I have a few actually. I covered them up with a blanket because at least one of them was not going to be considered stream appropriate if it ended up slipping out, so I wanted to be safe. Art style for the backgrounds, great. For the characters, it's unique. I'm not saying it's terrible. I would never try to say that anyone's art style is terrible. It's just different from what you normally see within visual novels. That's what I'm going to say. I do like the art style. It's just I'm not immediately getting used to the way the characters look for, well, most of the characters. I think the character model for the main character I was able to get used to. And then for some of the others, yeah, I was able to. But then for some other characters, not entirely. Again, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying I'm gonna need a bit more time to get used to the way that the characters look on the screen, is all. Otherwise, though, I love their designs. I love the way that their personalities are, or how I'm attempting to make them sound, at least when I try to read the voice lines. I would definitely like to learn more about the other characters as well. I mean, yeah, I did focus a bit more on Yume because, come on, it's a kitsune, it's a fox girl. Cat girls are mainly my thing when it comes to, you know, part human, part animal people, but fox girls are up there. So are rabbit girls and wolf girls. Those are top 4. Music, again, I mentioned, I really like the music. I like the menu music here. It's quite soothing. I would totally listen to this while falling asleep. That's how good it is. Okay, so the dialogue, I did of course mention the one part there where I'm like, I think that was an error with the way it was written and that might need to be fixed. Otherwise, though, dialogue was easy to read. I liked the way, again, that some of the characters, the dialogue, the way that it was written for them. And of course, I hope that I did good with reading their names and giving their voices. I guess I'll have to see when I get a message back from the person who created the game. But yeah, I enjoyed Chapter 1. I don't know if I will stream the whole game to Twitch. Probably not. I will probably record it separately and split the playthrough up into parts to eventually go onto YouTube. But I'm going to go ahead and download the second part of the VOD here real quick and then put them together, try to put them into a whole hour-and-a-half long video up on YouTube. Because unless they say otherwise, I was told that it was allowed. Because otherwise they'll just check out the VODs that are on Twitch. But otherwise, though, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'd get any views that much on YouTube because even though my channel is nearing 300 subscribers, I'm not uploading to it enough recently. I've been neglecting that. I've not been streaming as much, which is kind of just, real life stuff is going on. So that's been kind of affecting that on my channel. But otherwise, though, maybe if I upload it, people will start to learn more about it. They'll want to come to the project and check it out. I would, of course, love to see this game when it's fully finished. I will most likely, like I said, play it, upload it to YouTube when it's fully finished. And yeah, to the developer, I say good luck. I am rooting for this game. I think it's going to be a great game, and when I finally get my demo for the game that I was working on, like I mentioned, I will of course share the Act 1 demo to your Discord, so that way you and the other beta testers that you have can check it out. And if you guys, do the same thing where you stream it and you talk about the game, you can of course upload the demo to YouTube if you guys have YouTube. Either way though, I enjoyed this, and I hope that everyone who checks this out enjoys it too. For everyone who does not know about the game that much or anything, I will at least post the Twitter to the game developer in the description, so that way you can check them out. So that way you can check them out. And I definitely recommend you give them a follow if you want to support this project. And they also do commissions, for art. So if you want to commission them for an art piece, you can go ahead and do that too. But yeah, really looking forward to the rest of Evandor when it gets released. So if you guys have enjoyed, be sure to do the usual accolades, like, comment, share, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitch if you haven't already, and if you didn't like, dislike, they're not going to make that much of a difference to me. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace out, Spartans.